Good morning, every morning. We're going to be talking about mastering what I call Mac snaps. And we'll be talking about making screenshots with the Mac. And then I'm going to do a Windows comparison to show you how the Mac and Windows compare in functionality. When you're learning the basic of how to use a Mac computer, screenshots are pretty much the bread and butter, especially if you need them to do your job. Screenshots can be used to explain something to someone, show something to someone, or simply preserve proof that you saw something on your screen. There are several ways to achieve these screenshots, whether it's capturing the whole window or part of the window, as well as the method by which you choose to capture them. When we talk about method, so we're talking about a couple ways to take a screenshot on a Mac. The first, and probably the easiest for most people, is to use a keyboard shortcut. The second is to use the built-in screenshot app. Once the screenshot is taken, you can edit and share them according to your needs, as well as change the default location of where your screenshots are stored. The third option is to take a picture of the entire screen. Where that differs from the whole screenshot is that this method does not capture any system elements like the menu bar, the dock, or anything peeking out from the sides. Using keyboard shortcuts. If you want to take a screenshot of the whole entire screen, you'll be using Command plus Shift plus 3 in that order. And you hold down each button until you hit the 3, and when you hear the click, release the buttons. You will now see a thumbnail appear in the corner of the screen, unless you've disabled that feature. Clicking the thumbnail enables you to edit the screenshot without having to go to Finder to edit it. If you want to take just part of a screen, you'll use the Command key plus Shift plus 4, and that freezes and a target-like icon appears on the screen. Use your mouse or trackpad, drag the icon across the area you want to screenshot, and as you drag it around, two numbers will rapidly change. This is the height and width of the pixels of the area you are currently covering. When you have the area you need, release your finger from the mouse or cursor. You'll hear a clicking sound, and the thumbnail will appear in the corner of the screen, ready to be edited. Alternatively, you can find it in the macOS Finder and edit it there as well. If you want to take a screenshot of a single window, that is using the Command key plus Shift plus 4 plus spacebar. Now you're going to need two hands for this one because it involves holding down 4 keys. However, holding down the Command Shift 4 plus spacebar, you'll get a small camera icon that will appear, and the window will have a blue shadow covering it. Click the window, and the screenshot will be taken. The usual thumbnail will appear for editing, or you can find it in Finder. Using the screenshot app on the Mac, you start by using Shift plus Command plus the number 5, and you have the same 3 options as the keyboard shortcuts. You need to look at the 3 far left options on the floating bar that appears. The first one is the whole screen. As the name says, it captures the entire screen. To use it, click the button on the toolbar and then click the capture button. If you want a single window, you use this to take a screenshot. Just the browser window. To use it, tap the button and then the window you want the screenshot. It should automatically take the screenshot once you select the window. If you want part of the screen, this option creates a sizable or resizable box. Simply resize the box with your cursor and click the capture button to take the screenshot. So where are the screenshots saved on your Mac? Well, by default, screenshots are saved on your Mac desktop. However, if you wish to change that default location, there's a couple ways to do it. The first is to open the Screenshot app, click Options, and choose the Save to Location. This setting will apply even when you subsequently do screenshots with keyboard shortcuts. The folders that are available is the desktop, which I said it was the default, documents, screenshots, and then there are other locations that you can select from in the app. The second option that you can use is a free app called ℙ𝕝𝕒𝕒, and you can download it at this URL. And after the download, this is an app you can use to change various Mac settings, which includes the screenshot settings. You go to Parameters, General, and you'll see the various screenshot options. And here's a screenshot of that app. If you want to edit and share your screenshots on the Mac, you can do that by opening a screenshot in the Finder, and you'll be presented with the usual editing tools. To access them, you will click the pen icon at the top right next to the search box, and this opens up a new menu. And this menu has editing tools such as cropping, resizing, color adjustment, adding arrows and other shapes, adding text, adding signatures, and many more. Once you've saved your edits and you need to share those with some, you just right-click on it and select Share. Alternatively, you can compress it into a zip file for easy sending. Some additional notes. When you're taking a screenshot of the entire screen, it will include visible multiple apps on Windows or system elements like the menu bar, desktop, and dock. But you can crop anything out you don't need or you don't want others to see. Another note is that if you want to exit the screenshot mode without taking a screenshot, you simply hit the Escape key. Now let's compare using screenshots on the Mac OS and the Windows. The main differences between screenshots on Windows and Macs are related to the keyboard combinations and the built-in tools each operating system provides. These differences highlight the unique approach both operating systems take towards the common task of capturing screenshots, catering to different user needs and preferences. In Windows, the key combinations are for print screen, you hit the print screen key and it captures the entire screen and copies it to the clipboard. You can then paste it into the application like Paint a Word. You also can use Alt plus print screen. It captures the active window and copies it to the clipboard. The Windows key plus Shift plus S will open the snipping tool interface for quick capture of a specific area, window, or full screen. The screenshot is copied to the clipboard. Using the Windows key plus print screen, it'll capture the entire screen and automatically save the screenshot to the screenshots folder under Pictures. In the Mac, the Command plus Shift plus 3 captures the entire screen and saves it to the desktop. Command plus Shift plus 4 turns the cursor into a crosshair, allowing you to capture a selected area on the screen. The screenshot is saved to the desktop. Command plus Shift plus 4, then spacebar, it turns the cursor into a camera icon, allowing you to capture a specific window. The screenshot is saved to the desktop. If you use Command key plus Shift plus 5, it opens the screenshot toolbar, where you can capture the entire screen, a window, a selected portion, or record the screen. In Windows, some of the built-in tools are the snipping tool. That one allows you to take screenshots of a free-form area, a rectangular area, a window, or the full screen. It also provides basic editing tools. The Snip and Sketch tool is a more modern tool that allows taking screenshots and offer basic annotation capabilities. You can access it via the Windows key plus Shift plus S. Then there's the game bar, and that's primarily for gamers. It will capture screenshots and recording gameplay, and you access that with the Windows key plus G. In the Mac, its built-in tools are the screenshot toolbar, that's Command plus Shift plus 5, provides options for capturing different types of screenshots and screen recordings. It includes options for setting a timer, choosing the save location, and more. There's also the preview function. After taking a screenshot, you can open it in preview to take quick edits, annotations, and more. There's also saving and file manager in both operating systems. In Windows, screenshots taken using the print screen are not automatically saved unless using the Windows key plus print screen combination. Otherwise, they need to be pasted into an app to be saved. With the snipping tool or the snip and sketch, you can save them directly after capturing. In the Mac, screenshots are automatically saved to the desktop by default, labeled with the date and time. Users can change the save location using the screenshot toolbar or in the system preferences. You also have editing capabilities. In Windows, screenshots can be edited in Snip and Sketch or by pasting them into an editing application. On the Mac, after taking a screenshot, a thumbnail appears briefly in the corner, allowing you to click and enter a quick editing mode for annotation and cropping. There's also clip integration in both operating systems. In Windows, screenshots are typically copied to the clipboard directly unless using the Windows key plus print screen or the snipping tool. On the Mac, by default, screenshots are saved as files, but holding the Control key while taking a screenshot copies it to the clipboard itself. So that are the ins and out in mastering screenshots both on the Mac and Windows. Thank you for listening.
You know, a week ago, I was reviewing an article for our tech show. It was on Samsung's new AI smart TVs, and they were getting a 7-year of OS updates. And I thought, I don't even know what an AI TV is. And then I went to Costco yesterday, and as I was walking in the front door, there is a AI TV, and oh my God, I was absolutely so impressed. And then I found out they're the most commonly sold TV right now. Everybody's buying AI TVs, and I didn't know anything about it. Well, if you don't know anything about AI TVs, I'm going to talk about that today and explain it. I'm Ron Brown with Tech for Senior. where we help seniors understand technology and AI TVs. We recently reached 10,000 subscribers. I want to thank everybody who made that possible. If you haven't clicked the like and subscribe, I'd sure appreciate it. Let me talk about AI TVs. So, what is an AI TV? Well, we're going to get into some technical stuff in a moment, but for simplicity, it is a television that through artificial intelligence is going to give you the most incredible viewing experience that we have today with televisions. Now, in the past, you probably all knew there's different types of screens. There are different types of televisions that you would use, some in darker rooms, some in lighter rooms. Well, that is all based on technology, screen technology. And with AI, artificial intelligence actually takes that image on the screen and can make it better. Not a little bit better, but a whole bunch better. So the processing of the image and redisplaying it on the screen is unbelievable. And how it does that, I'm going to explain that now. But I would encourage you, if you are going to be purchasing a television as we move into this fall, and remember, we're getting only a couple of months till Black Friday, so we're going to sell a lot of TVs. Remember, the two biggest times to buy a TV are leading up to Black Friday and, of course, Super Bowl Sunday. So we're getting into the TV selling time. And if you're thinking about this, I would really encourage you to spend some time and look at AI models, because it's unbelievable what you're going to see. Now, let me explain that. But before we do that, I made a video about AI PCs. And in that, I talk about the CPU, or central processing unit. I talk about GPUs, the graphical processing unit. And then I talk about NPUs, the neural processing unit. That's the new that's the new chip that we use for AI software. And this is what is going to make these machines run. And these new televisions have this type of chip. And we'll talk about that in a moment. But they're different. AI TVs are different based on the computer chips in them and the manipulation of the image so that it displays it in an amazing way. So let me explain how this works. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is AI-powered picture quality. This is the ability of the software to improve the image you're going to see on the television. And this can be done three ways. It can be done by AI algorithms, machine learning, and adaptive brightness. Let me explain how this works. AI televisions in 2024 use algorithms to analyze and enhance picture quality in real time. These algorithms can detect and reduce noise, adjust contrast dramatically, and enhance colors to provide a more vivid, lifelike viewing experience. Machine learning. By leveraging machine learning, these TVs can learn from the vast amount of visual data. This enables them to recognize different types of content, whether that's movies, sports, or animation, and optimize the picture settings accordingly. Adaptive brightness. AI can also adjust the brightness of the screen based on the ambient lighting in the room. This ensures that the picture quality is always clear and comfortable to watch, whether you're in a bright or dark environment. Now let's talk about high dynamic range and upscaling. High dynamic range is the technology that enhances the contrast and color range of images on your TV. It allows for a broader spectrum of colors and brightness levels, making the picture look even more realistic and vibrant. Here are some of the key points. Contrast HDR increases the difference between the darkest and brightest parts of the screen. Color range supports a wider range of colors, making the images look more lifelike. And brightness, HDR can display brighter whites and darker darks, enhancing the overall viewing experience. Now, upscaling is the process of converting lower resolution content to fit a higher resolution. For example, it can take a 1080 full HD image and enhance it to look more like a 4K TV. So AI can work with both HDR and upscaling to dramatically improve the image that you're going to see on the screen. This is a game changer. AI can help with motion enhancement through AI algorithms, frame interpolation, and content recognition. AI motion enhancer technology uses AI algorithms to analyze and optimize motion in real time. This helps reduce motion blur, judder, especially in fast-paced scenes like sports or action movies. Frame interpolation. AI can predict and insert additional frames between the original frames of a video. This process, known as frame interpolation, makes the motion appear smoother and more fluid. Content recognition can recognize different types of movement and adjust the motion accordingly. For example, you can detect whether you are watching a football game or a fast-paced action movie. All this optimization of motion can improve the image quality. Now, a big part of your viewing experience will be sound enhancement, and AI can help you with their AI algorithms, adaptive sound control, and spatial audio. AI sound enhancement uses advanced algorithms to analyze and improve audio quality in real time. These algorithms can identify sounds such as dialogue while reducing background noise and other unwanted sounds. Adaptive sound control. AI can adapt the sound settings based on the type of content being played. For example, it can enhance clarity during a movie to amplify sound effects during a game. In spatial audio, AI can create a more immersive audio experience by simulating surround sound. So next time you're walking in the front door of Costco and on the right side you see this big OLED Samsung TV, I want you to have a look at the picture. You'll stand there in amazement. Then I want you to focus in on the details on the right side where it talks about the details of the TV, and you'll see in there it says it's an incredible AI performance. It's going to talk about the NQ4 AI Gen 2 processor that upscales and optimizes your viewing experience when watching live sports, playing video games, and streaming music. I want you to go back out and stand around and then look at it again and think, I'm going to take this home with me. This is incredible. It really is. So have a look at those. AI TVs are out now. They're very common. LG makes them. You'll see a whole bunch of them at Best Buy or Costco. It's really where you want to be right now. It's Ron Brown with Tech for Senior.
Hi, today I'm going to show you a new way to transfer files between your phone and your PC using Microsoft Windows Phone Link instead of having to use either a cable or a third-party program. An example of a third-party program is an application that some of us are familiar with called LocalSend. And that's the first program that I'm going to demonstrate. Right-click, and I'm going to say More Options, and then I'm going to say Send To, and here is LocalSend. It has selected the two files. I'm going to click on my cell phone, and it's going to transfer the files. And it transferred 90 megabytes of files that quickly, and it's very convenient. And then you have to go in here and remove them from LocalSend. A new way of doing it is to use Microsoft Phone Link. Inside the Microsoft Phone Link program, if you go into Settings by clicking on the little gear and then go into Features, you'll see additional settings. Transferred files will be saved to Users Deking Downloads Phone Link. And I can change that folder here if I want to. I want you to notice the icon right here next to it, and with the little arrow. And over here is File Explorer, and this is in Windows 11. The little transfer icon is right here, the little share icon is right here. These two icons are the same. And what I do to transfer the files is simply click on the button to share, and it will bring up my cell phone. I click on the button to send the files over, and they are being received by the phone right now, and they're done. And a little message popped up on my cell phone. That's how I knew. And I can, in PhoneLink, click on Open Folder, and it will open the folder that's empty. Okay? So now I'm going to show you how to transfer files from the phone to the PC. I'm going to bring up my mobile screen. I'm going to go into my files, and inside my downloads folder, I have a bunch of files, and I'm going to click on this file here, and maybe another file. Here's another one, and another one, and we'll do, that's about it. And what we'll do is we'll click on in the bottom of the screen here, the share icon, and you'll see in my computer, I have my phone, I have the link to Windows icon. If you don't see that icon, scroll over to the right, and you'll see the More button. Click on More, and then locate the link to Windows. And you see it says Send to PC right underneath it. So I click on it. MSI Gamer is my computer, and it is now sending those files, and now it's done. All of it's gone, poof. That's how fast it is. It's faster than any other way to do it. And in the PhoneLink program, if I open the transferred file folder, here are the 3 files that I just transferred, and they were 44 megabytes in total. And anyway, that is how you use Microsoft PhoneLink to transfer files back and forth between your PC and your cell phone.